Hi, I'm Carrie Schochet with Purple Squirrel Advisors.
And I'm Juon, a professional EOS implementer.
And we started this video series with a general overview of the types of companies that would benefit from EOS and just some general experiences that we've both had. Today, we want to talk at a deeper level on a couple of the tools, the quarterly conversation and the people analyzer. So Catherine, I guess I'd love to turn it over to you to start with the quarterly conversation. And what does that look like? How is it different from a general, quarterly review?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's different because in so many cases, quarterly conversations don't happen.
Yeah.
Because there's, and maybe an annual review process, maybe it's really laborious and everybody kind of dreads it. I know in previous, incarnations, right, in previous ventures, if we've gone to creating these huge things that are then hard to implement.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about EOS is the way it simplifies everything, including those quarterly conversations. So you're really checking in on just a handful of things. You're checking in on, how is the core values fit? Is it comfortable? Is it being in use every day? Is it not so much? Is it kind of, sort of, like, where is that at? Just get on the same page about how everybody is doing with core values and what they mean. And you're also checking in on how you're doing against what we call the key responsibilities in the role or accountabilities of the role, and how you're doing on get it, want it, and capacity to do it. And those are really easy, straightforward things to talk about that aren't so, fraught with, concern. It's easy to have an upfront conversation about, hey, let's check in on core values. Hey, let's check in on GWC, and not turn it into a great big thing. And then it transforms how you're having those conversations because everybody's so much more comfortable. Everybody's open and honest, and you really start to get comfortable and be able to make, you can see real change happen in the company. When people know what the bar is they're expected to hit, so often they rise to the challenge, and there's so much concern before that bar is there about what's going to happen. And it's just wonderful to watch the release as people see, like, wow, just putting this out there has created a huge transformation in our company.
Yeah, and I think it's a great time. I mean, just when it comes to, retention of key employees and giving them that voice, it's really important to have these conversations. And it could be a time like where we've seen where we'll say, well, what do you, like, if you look back on and what you're doing day to day or over the last quarter, like, what is giving you the most energy? Are there things that you want to do more of? So it's really a conversation where you can talk about development and career path too. And, like, helping people to know that they're valued and that, we want them to continue to grow, I think is a way that, we've noticed. Just, again, there's that real open dialogue around, these are the things I love to do and I feel I'm doing a really great job at. And so, so that's great. And then on the people analyzer, I think the people analyzer tool is really interesting, and it kind of can go hand in hand with this, although maybe not. I mean, it could be separate, but maybe talk to us about how to use the people analyzer and then maybe any impact you've seen on your clients using the people analyzer correctly.
Sure. I feel like that's one of the hidden gems in EOS that, people who have used the system don't often think to go back and pull it out. But sometimes there'll be an issue where a name comes up over and over again, and you're trying to figure out, like, what is it that's, where is the static? Why are we having an issue? And getting the people analyzer out can really very quickly help you put a finger on it, and then you can have a conversation about it, and then it's not an issue anymore. That's one of the things about EOS, is that issue isn't a bad word, right? It has kind of a negative connotation in general, but when you get the issue out in the open and you get a chance to talk about it, then it's no longer an issue. So we love smoking out those issues, and the people analyzer is just a really quick, simple way to do that.
Yeah, no, that's great. And one of the ways that, I mean, we've used the people analyzer, I don't know if it's 100% correct, but it's helped us, is we'll say, well, this is what the core value looks like at Purple Squirrel. Like when we're living the core value, like here's an example of what it would look like. And, you know, and here's what it doesn't look like, you know, so just kind of actually like drawing the connection between the core value and the actions. Because I think there's so many times when core values are like, you know, they're on the wall and they're fancy and it's this great thing, but like, how do we put those into action? And I feel like the people analyzer is a really great way to bring that all to life.
Yes. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about core values in an EOS company is they're not just on the wall, right?
Yeah.
You're using them for rewarding, hiring, firing, recognizing, all of those things. They're part of the DNA of your company. And it's really beautiful when you see how it works to, you know, bring the right people in and help people know who wouldn't be a fit really early on in the process, ideally even in the hiring process, right? And I'd love to hear how you've seen it work in the hiring process.
Yeah, well, I think we should cover that in our next video. So let's dive into that one next. And for now, we'll sign off here.
Great.